What's the big story, Dan, right now with the Pirates? The overarching story, in your opinion?
Who can get better? What the rotation looks like. Obviously, Bubba Chandler is a big area of interest for me. Nick York is somebody who's a person of interest for me, considering how he performed the last month at AAA. Is that a legitimate right-handed stick? Is it a nice compliment as a platoon to Horwitz at first base? He can play the corner outfield spots. That was a piece that's supposed to be pretty good, highly regarded in the Red Sox system. Obviously hasn't panned out immediately, but maybe it's starting to gain traction. The Triolo thing is of interest, too. I was talking to Wayner on the post-game last night, and he actually was fairly comfortable assuming that this is who Triolo is and if he's going to be a competent bat. And he's got over a 900 OPS since August 1st, right? And I know this is kind of silly to think considering what he's done or not done the last 2 years, but the glove is adequate enough to play shortstop on an everyday basis.
Second, third, he can do it all.
He can, and if this is more of what he can be, then I think you have a lot more comfort going in to the season.
But can you be
next year.
fooled by that bat?
That's what I asked Wayner.
That's the problem I see.
Yep.
You know, if you're counting on what you see at the end of the year and discarding what you see at the beginning of the year, that's could be a problematic situation. I like him, I told Joe, as a guy on this team, a utility guy who do a lot. I still want to see more power in this lineup somehow, some way.
And he is slugging more, and it does coincide with a consistent playing time. So the fact that now that Hayes is out of the equation, that cleared the way for Triolo. What has he done with being penciled in the lineup, especially atop the lineup, every single night? Well, he's answered that. And I asked basically that very question, Bob. Like, you can get fooled by a month. Anybody could put something together for 30 days. And a lot of times over a 30-day stretch, you have batting average balls and that BABIP luck they talk about. And I asked Wayner, I said, is this something that's fraudulent, or do you believe that it's valid? You know, looking at the plate appearances, how he takes his takes, the swing decisions that he makes, is he hitting stuff on the barrel? And Wayner is convinced of it, because I think he's the best hitting mind that we have from a broadcaster's perspective to ask about something along those lines. And
I think Mulsey is, but go ahead.
He's not fooled by it. Like, he is in on it. So him going in on it with me because we talked at length about it in the postgame show last night, him being sold on it basically has me convinced, okay, this is something.
So you're talking about everyday player. Is he holding a spot for when Connor Griffin gets up here?
I would think so. And then obviously you're going to slide Triolo over. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that you long-term look at Jared Triolo as the solution, the cornerstone shortstop of the Pirates. That's not at all what I'm saying. But when we talk about, you know, are the Pirates 4 position players short? I think they are. 2 corner spots, left side of the infield, going into opening day 2026. That's on the checklist of Ben Cherington. I think they're 4 players, 4 bats, 4 positions short. Now, you know, of those 4, if you knock one of those off the list and you're down to 3, that makes, I think, your offseason maneuvering all the more manageable. 4 is a big lift, whether that's through trade or signing. It's obviously going to have to come in the way of a combination of both of those things. But Triolo could take that down to potentially 3 pieces. Well, that seems a lot more manageable.
It sure would be. I'm just not.
You're not convinced.
Utility guy, he's going to be 28 in February, and he's a 237 career hitter with not a ton of power. But I do like what I'm seeing. I'll say that much. I like what I'm seeing. How can you not? But a utility guy rather than, I don't want him as a starting corner infielder.
If he is over what this is 100 bat sample size, 100 at-bat sample size.
Yeah.
If this is it, and I don't think this is it, but if it's somewhere in between of awful, what he's been more often than not, and this, if this is the top, you meet that in the middle, I think that's still acceptable for what he is able to provide defensively. And I think you feel good about him, certainly defensively, and all the other little things that he does, because when's the last time you saw Jared Triolo do something stupid on the field?
He stole 10 bases so far this year.
And the way that he runs the bases, the decisions that he makes, probably the highest IQ on the team, I would say, as far as of the 26 guys in that clubhouse, who's going to be a major league manager, 15 years from now? It's probably going to be Jared Triolo.
Yeah,
so
I
there's those
that.
things
Yeah.
that you like about his game. He just needs to be serviceable offensively. So meet me in the middle of what your bottom is to what the top is right now. You're at the apex right now of what we've seen. Okay, truth lies somewhere in the middle. That's, I think, good enough considering what you give in every other element of your
So we
game.
had an